I don't know what's not to like about this team right now. Artie Moreno being the most perfect owner of all time. By Paul Sorrento, the worst hitting instructor in all of baseball. It does absolutely nothing for the Angels.
It's the Todd Fox Postgame Podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome into another postgame show here. I am just waking up. I decided to take a nap after Jimmy Herget was like, Toto, come on in, everyone score. Let's do the merengue around the bases. Who cares? After they got those 3 runs, I freaking just knocked out. I had a long day today, went to a graduation party, had a good time, slept only 2 hours after working 10 overnight, and you know what? It was one of those things where it's like, I'm staying up for this team, I'm putting in the effort. They're obviously not putting in much effort tonight. They're just not there. They're sort of like half-baked right now. And, I was like, fuck it, I'm taking a nap. And by the time I told my dad, I'm like, hey, can you wake me up after the game's over? And then when he woke me up, or actually I woke up on my own, I'm like, hey, is the game still on? He's like, oh, no, I turned that crap off like 30 minutes ago. They lost. I'm like, well, you're supposed to let me know when they lose so that I could, get up and do the post game right after. He's like, I didn't want to watch those bums right now. They're not putting in the effort. So if you got a hardened fan like my dad who's been around since the Pacific Coast League days of your Angels, giving up, or at least being not giving up, but just being like, hey, it's just not our night. I don't even want to watch. They're playing pathetic. It's like, okay, the only thing he said out of the game was that, hey, the Mets look for real. And I can't, deny that. The Mets look really, really good right now. They're the best in the East for a reason. They have one of the best records. It's just sad the Angels chose to turn things around a game before they play the Mets, and then they're going to get the Dodgers after this. So it's one of those things where, what the hell, man? They look, from what I've seen tonight through the first, I think, five innings, is you got guys on base. They had guys on base that were threatening, but the difference between the Mets and the Angels as well, those guys don't have scary, hitters that you're like, oh my God, they have this guy or that guy. You're not really, besides Pete Alonso, who do you know on that team? Who do you look at on the Mets and are like, oh my God, that's a huge dude. That's a guy we got to pitch around. There's really no one. But what they have is a bunch of guys who get hits. A bunch of guys who can move guys over. You had several guys, like I think it's McNeil, who had 3 home runs, 28 RBIs, but he's batting .315. They lead the league with 2 strike hits, and they got a bunch of those today. So, the Mets were getting the job done when they needed to, and that's what we've been preaching as Angel fans this whole time. It's like, oh, it's great, you lead the league with home runs and stuff like that, but you're not getting any runners in scoring position, and you're not scoring them. So there were several times tonight, the first 2 guys on base. I think there was a walk by Stassi and like a drag bunt by Wade or something like that, or no, it was Marsh. And you had 2 men on, nobody out, and then you quickly get a strikeout and then quickly get into a double play. I think Wade almost hit into 2 double plays tonight. So he's not going the other way like he should, but he's only batting .200. His at-bat's really killing the Angels. Squid, again, everyone that defended Squid last night with that 3-run homer went back to Squid things today, didn't he? He looked like shit again tonight, didn't he? A guy I was wrong last night. He was 0 for 22 before he hit that home run, but he was 1 for 34 before that. And everyone's saying we got to dress like Squid. Everyone's saying, hey, that was a great home run. He looked back to the dugout and, asserted himself. Ooh, yeah. No, you suck, bro. Like, we could literally have a pitcher do more than you. Syndergaard in the box right now could probably have more hits than you and probably be scarier to the opponent right now, because you're not scaring nobody, and you made an error tonight. So your perfect defense did not really work tonight, did it? But even though they gave you a hit in the hit column, but there's a lot to unfortunately unfold in this one. We're going to get to everything. Brandon Marsh gets the Stamos Award tonight. He hits 2 home runs. He's responsible for all 3 runs tonight. And then I'm going to give the I'm just going to give overall the Nacho Night Award to Tyler Wade. Listen, I'm giving a half-ass, post game here tonight, which usually I come out with more fire. I come out more, passion and stuff. But tonight, again, I fell asleep after the 5th inning, bro. I needed a nap. I had a long day. And then on top of it, it's like, again, I would have stuck through the whole goddamn game. But you play like this, I'm going to freaking feel like this. And then half the crowd is Mets fans or more. The fans turn away all their tickets and give them to other, sell them online, make up, for the money that they spent for season tickets or whatever. And, you have Mets fans there, and they're going to take over. They're, chanting, "Let's go Mets." So it's tough to watch. It's tough to hear. And the fans that are there are just trying to freaking, drown out the fans that are, that took over the stadium. And you can't really sit there, and I can't blame the Angel fans either, because, again, this is a team coming off 14 straight losses. And I was on a Mets podcast on Twitter earlier today. That was another thing I was doing today. Fernando hooked it up with these guys from the East Coast that do a podcast as well. And they were asking, what happened about the Angels, and they were saying, like a lot of those games, we lost really close games. We're too good to be losing. The nation wants to see the Angels back in the postseason. Well, so do we. So do we. But we got guys out there. Rendon's come back tonight. He works a walk or whatever. And Walsh gets a single tonight. But we have guys like that just haven't been consistent. And you think about when Ward was going off before he got hurt, you had Ward, Trout, Rendon, Walsh, and Ohtani. 5 out of your 9 guys can take you deep at any time, can get on base at any time, can walk at any time, can steal bags at any time, can really put pressure on the opponent. But the problem is all 5 of them haven't been in the lineup all at once, and all 5 of them have been inconsistent as fuck. Fuck! None of them. All 5 together have not worked together as a cohesive team at all. To put pressure on the opponent, to also have guys like Marsh, who should be table setters but strike out way too much. Yes, he had a good night tonight, but he should be up in the lineup trying to get on base, leading off. We don't have Fletcher. I didn't think we would miss Fletcher this much, but who knows what he's going to be when he comes back. He wasn't exactly lighting it up. And then we're going to have to probably deal with Suzuki and a slump buster tomorrow. Because, God forbid, Stassi's played 2 games in a row. He's not an everyday catcher. We need an everyday catcher. If people are asking me all the time, who do we trade for? Everyday catcher, if we can get one. Because that would really help. Someone that could offensively put up something with Stassi. Starting pitching, again, I don't think was. I was shocked to see him only go 2 innings tonight. And then they went to the bullpen so heavily through this game. But again, and I'll say it again, this is what happens. You're going to have a night like this if the young rookie that the Angels supposedly have to have out there as a 6th starter, and you're trying all these, young guys like Silseth, they're going to have growing pains. You're going to have to get into bullpen games. And the bullpens are not going to be 100% knock them out, pour water on the fire. Sometimes they'll pour gas on it, like Herget did tonight. And you're going to need some offense to help you out to come back in the game to combat the bad pitching. But again, you don't get any of it tonight because it's so inconsistent. So again, we're in a tough spot right here. We're in a tough spot. And now you've lost 15 out of 16. And it's going to continue to get bad if we don't do something about it. And there's going to have to be some trades coming up here because the Angels are in a spot where you're going to let this season get pissed away. And fans, yes, of other teams, including that Mets podcast, do want to see this team again in the postseason. But I told them the same thing. It's going to come down to what we can do in the lineup. The lineup is killing us. Everyone says, "Oh, Angels need pitching." That might have been the mantra for the last few seasons. But again, I don't see the problem with the starting pitching. When have we become so spoiled as fans that if a starter gives up 4 runs and we lose 4-2, it's a fucking starting pitcher? The fuck are you talking about? You can't score 4 or 5 runs. You don't deserve to win. You're giving up 5 or less. You should be in every ball game like they have been. But some of the dumbass luck happens and then you can't score runs because you have guys in the lineup who are just not hitting, dude. Just not hitting. Lagares, for all that he brings to the table, hasn't done shit. Adele has had some good flashes. I mean, he had some good at bats tonight. For the most part, you can look at the team tonight. They worked walks. They were competitive at bats at times, but they didn't get the result that they wanted. They didn't get the big hit that they needed. They didn't get the big walk. They struck out on a 3-2 pitch or a 2-2 pitch in the dirt. So there was some mistakes tonight. The Angels did do some good, but for the most part, Nevin's got his hands tied right now. And he's got to change the culture in this team, and he's got to put up with shitty broadcasts tonight, like the one on Apple TV, which Apple TV has now got the Angels at an offer. Boy, do they suck. Boy, do they suck as a broadcast. I hope Apple does not learn or earn that contract. They are shit upon shit. And they try to paint a good-looking turd, and when you could paint it any color of the rainbow, and it's still going to be a shiny turd then when you're done painting it. And that's what they are. It's garbage. So here's to praying for another broadcast or entity to buy it or do something with it, because, man, they suck. They suck on every level. Some people like the percentages and crap. I don't like all that bull crap. Some people like the camera angles. I don't like the camera angles. The commentary's terrible. 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 Hunter Pence? Really? And then that chick that just tells stupid stories? Nah, not for me. Not for me. Get off my lawn. I'm going to give it the old get off my lawn right there. But yeah, this was a tough one tonight, and unfortunately these next two games we're going to have to see what happens with how it goes. Symphony says, "What's up, bro?" We're going to get into the comments. Again, the Nacho Night, I'm going to give it to T Wade for those double plays, the rally killers. And the Stamos goes to our boy Brandon Marsh with the 2 home runs tonight. Marco says another L. Let's see. Marco says, at least we didn't have a 16-game losing streak going. What up, bro? Let's get it all out tonight. Absolutely. We're going to be taking phone calls later, or at least in another 10 minutes or so. You guys and gals can call in and just sound off whatever. Symphony says, what I don't understand is why did we start a AAA pitcher having Lorenzen and Sandoval? Your guess is good as mine. They are the staff is babying the shit out of any kind of pitcher, any kind of catcher, any kind of position player right now. We're still doing that. I don't know if that's an analytic thing or what it is, but I don't like it. Other teams aren't doing that. Adrian says, and just like that, we suck again. Let's see. Also, I think tomorrow is going to be better. It was just a taste, EQ says. Brent says, how about the bunts, please? And that's another thing. So far, so good with Nevin in a lot of aspects compared to Joe Madden. But when it comes to where the hell small ball is, Nevin is apparently showing you he doesn't like to bunt. You saw a bunt with Marsh that was brilliant. You had 2 men on right away. Another bunt right there with Squid would have made it second and third. And again, when it's our chance to move guys over, it's our chance to get the big hit. We don't do it. The Mets go up there, no-name guys, big hit, get the runs in, continue the scampering around the bases. Symphony says, second time Herget blows a close win. There you go. I can't disagree with that. Just got to win, too. And here's the thing, too, with the Angels, we talked about this early in the season. You win the majority of your games. You win series, you're going to make the postseason. The law of averages is on your side. So if you're winning 2 out of 3, 2 out of 4 consistently, you're going to get in the postseason. And even though they had a 14-game losing streak, you've now lost 15 out of 16. If the Angels were to somehow win this series and then do the same against the Dodgers and just do the little things, split here, win there, this team's going to make the postseason, and we're all going to go back to this losing streak and say, wow, that was hilarious. We had that huge losing streak, and we still made the postseason. It can happen because we're not sitting there 10 games out of the postseason right now. We're only a couple out. And I hate saying that because that's my inner Halo honk. I'm Roger Lodge. No, I can't. You have to. You have to, because otherwise it's just why watch right now. You have to have some sort of hope. John Don says, Todd, what do you do for work, man? Your schedule is and this team has been killing you. Okay, so I'm a truck driver, and I go as far down as Calexico, Mexico. I've gone as far up as Nevada and, like Reno. So sometimes, man, like I'm tired, like I'll work graveyard too. So like, sometimes I'm local and I just do that. And it's like just around Whittier area to Los Angeles airport to Valencia and then back. Like I could do that in the night and, make drops and stuff and be all right. And then there's times where I'm just fucking spent. And like when you have things that like graduations of family members or friends that, or you have things that take place during the day, it's like you got to sacrifice sleep. And so you sacrifice sleep. I slept a couple hours and I figured, okay, and it's really super hot to sleep during the day, even with an AC. So it's like a catch-22. You play that, you put on the AC and your electric bill at the end of the month is like $228. But if you wait till 7 o'clock at night to turn on the AC, you're suffering through the day. You're using stupid ass little fans, and then you could turn on the the central air or whatever. But it's a pain in the ass, and it's first world problems. But still, the fact is, I mean, you're tired. And I was like, again, I was halfway through the game trying to stay awake, and I had coffee and everything. And then I'm like, you know what, dude, screw this, dude. I'm gonna let my body take over. If I want to go to sleep, I'm gonna go to sleep. So when Herget said Ole, I'm like, you know what? All right, then. There's my answer right there to whether to go to sleep or not. Don says, we got to do away with the 6-man rotation. I'm tired of this shit, man. And I agree. Again, that 6-man rotation, Don, is a product of Joe Madden. So Joe Madden's gone. Randy says, I don't freak out over one-game losses. We all know how this game works by now. Don't we? Don't we? I know, and but it's hard, dude. It's hard. JV says, Todd, what's up, bro? What is up, JV? How you doing? Saw you in the comments. Thank you everybody too, like Josh and everybody that hits me up during the games. I really appreciate that. It's cool to talk with Angel fans because I'm one too, dude. Love the Angels. PCL Angels, that's a real OG LA Angel baseball team. It is. First one here was not the Dodgers. If look up your Angel stuff, he was the PCL Angels were here. Velasquez is worse than a little leaguer right now, Nick Tate says. I agree. Rally Chris said 2 out of 3. We good, y'all. Yeah, maybe we win in the next 2. John says, like I said yesterday, they won last night, so they can go on another losing streak. And that's what happened in 95. I mean, that's what happened. Let's see. We know Mark Canna, Mateo says. And you know what, Mateo? I hate that guy. I hate his face. I hate his smile. I hate his grit when he makes he grinds his teeth when he gets a hit. I hate that trash. Not just because he's an Oakland A or he was an Oakland A. I can't stand him because of some of the shit he's pulled with Ohtani in the past, with other players. He's just an a-hole all around. The media has proven it too when they try to talk to him. So to see him on the Mets and doing well, I'm kind of upset about that. So I feel you, Mateo. Let's see. Symphony says Angels forgot how to play small ball. Yes. Well, they don't know how to do it all year. Josh says the Angels don't hit or get bunts, but they do love to hit. Wait, the Angels don't hit bunts, but they do love to give up bunts. Probably that's what you meant. Randy says you can forget how to play something if you weren't ever coached to do it. Good point, Randy. These players aren't coached up. It's like, hey man, put them up, coach. Help them out, coach. Again. Fat ass Sereno sitting on his duff. Jeremy Reed sitting there too with his beard. That's it. I mean, again, you look at all these teams. I mean, you saw the mic'd up New York Mets player tonight, the shortstop, who reminds me a lot of Orlando Cabrera from back in the day. You saw him talking with coaches. You saw their coaches interacting with their players all during the game. You see that with Matt Wise and their interpreter, whether it's a Venezuelan, the Spanish interpreter, whether it's the Ohtani interpreter working with Wise. Wise is talking to every pitcher, no matter who it is, during, after, before the game. And you see our fat ass Sereno just do nothing. And I just wonder if Nevin is like, man, I wish I could fire this dead weight on this team. But I don't know if they just have anyone ready to go to take their spot. You got to hope Perry sees this shit. At some point, I mean, if he saw the writing on the wall with Madden, couldn't he just see what's going on with Sereno? See, Nimmo for the Mets said it perfectly. Have a trust in your team and keep moving from the baton, Symphony says. Yeah, I love that. I love that. He's not a big name guy either. Like that dude with a beard, the short stubby guy, looks like a plumber that worked on my house not too long ago. But he's up there hacking and having good at bats and playing good. I mean, the Mets got something going good. And you know what the thing was too, talking with the Mets Twitter? They said that they really have benefited from the no-nonsense approach by Buck Showalter. The fact that he demands discipline and respect as soon as you walk into the locker room. You're held accountable. That's what we were saying. All of you were saying, I was saying when Joe Madden was losing this team during the losing streak. Like, just nobody cares. There's no accountability. There's none of this stuff. He's the perfect kind of manager to take over that team. And the Mets are built like the Angels, if you think about it, except they don't have 2 megastars and 1 overpaid star in Rendon. Marsh had a great game today. Symphony said he sure did. Nick says, don't forget Anthony Rendon abuse tonight. Yeah, we will. Leave little Squid alone. I don't think so. Paul says firing Madden was a big mistake. I don't think so, bro. Madden was part of it, and we don't have a sample size enough to look at this and say, hey, this was a wrong move already. They're 1-3 out of 4. They weren't going to go. I didn't think they were going to do what the Phillies have done and won 8 straight after firing their manager. It's going to take a minute for this team to get anywhere and absorb the Phil Nevin philosophy. And maybe it worked in Philadelphia right away, but it sure as hell hasn't worked here yet, especially offensively. We will only be mediocre team. It doesn't matter who is on the team. We have 2 MVPs, possibly 3, and good pitching. That's got to change the narrative. Symphony says Lorenzen probably hits better than Squid. I agree with that in a heartbeat, dude. Grillmaster checks in with, once again, we can't get a hit when needed. Absolutely. Paul N says Squid and Wade suck. I totally agree with you. Those guys can't hit the broadside of a fucking barn right now. JV says everybody sucks. The Halos will not make the playoffs this season. I agree, and I'm just, I'm using that, what is it called, the Family Guy voice. Nacho to Herget throwing down the middle. Symphony said, yeah, those pitches were so just right in their wheelhouse. Christopher Rojas says, Todd said, fuck this, I'd rather sleep. That's exactly what I said. Sad but true. See, when in doubt, take a nap, Mateo says. It's going to come to that too. Like, if we're in the dog days of summer, and let's just say this team's out of it by August, which they possibly could be. They could be in the thick of things or they could be out of it. You're going to see a camera pan around to somebody in the upper deck or someone in the stadium just knock the fuck out, like in a 13-2 loss or something like that in the 6th inning. You're going to see something like that. Watch. Mateo's going political. Let's go, Brandon. Or he's just trying to be funny. Either way, Mateo, I like that comment. Don says, we do mean they got Marte. Lindor, Marte, McNeil, Escobar. They got a better lineup than us, and they do make contact. Their hitters don't always hit home runs, and yeah, they are often their offense that ain't shit. Our offense isn't shit, and that's the thing, Don. You make a good point. The guys that you brought up right now, Lindor, he has 9 home runs. That's nice. Alonso has 16. I think those are the 2 highest on their team, if I'm not wrong. Marte's not a big home run hitter. McNeil's definitely not a home run hitter. Escobar's not a home run hitter, but your comments are true. They're contact guys that get base hits, that work walks, and get on base any way they can. And hey, when they get on base, they usually tend to score because they go first to third, and they're pretty fast. So it's a good lineup that some people said, hey, this looks like a 2002 Angels team, but in Mets fashion. And you can't really argue it. They're one of the best 2-strike hitters, if not the best 2-strike hitters in the team. Symphony says Nevin looks like a good fit, though, to be honest. Richard says can't lose in the postseason if we don't even make the postseason. That's been that logic mean that the Angels have used the last 7 years, and frankly, I'm tired of it. See, Nevin sucks. Fire him, Grillmaster says. Nevin will set a knee down. Symphony says I have to give Pierre credit. He pitched good. He has been pitching really good so far. Don says them dudes way better coached than us, so the Mets are not a no-name team. They got great players. Got to give them that, Todd. No, I'm not taking anything away from them, Don. Don't get it wrong, Don. I give credit where credit's due. I'm not saying they're a bad team. They're the beast of the East for a reason. They're a scary team. They've got to deal with the Braves and now the Phillies, who are coming up really fast. I give credit where credit's due, but I'm just saying, as far as if you look at their lineup, what our lineup's supposed to do compared to their lineup, it's like night and day. Ours is supposed to be scoring 5 or 6 runs a game. Theirs is supposed to be struggling, trying to manufacture 3 to 4 a game. So that's what I'm saying. But I'm with you, Don. I mean, you've been on point this entire this chat, so I'm not disagreeing. 310 says Diaz sucks ass. I wouldn't go that far. Just he did tonight though. Let's see. I said Stassi wouldn't be the guy, and y'all tried to correct me when y'all motherfuckers didn't listen to me. Randy said that earlier in the season. I agree. He's not an everyday guy, but our question was, okay, if you know Stassi's not a guy who can compete 4 to 5 times during the week and is injury prone, where was his competent backup? I think if anything I could yell at Perry about this year in the offseason and who to get and who not to get and his bad moves, by far Suzuki was his worst offseason move. He should have gotten someone that could play as much as Stassi, if not more, and he just didn't do it, and we're stuck with a piece of trash as backup. And we're not giving guys in the minors a chance like Wallach, and I'm forgetting the other guy who transferred from first over there to I don't know why, for the life of me, I can't remember that left-handed dude. He went from first base to catcher, and I can't remember his name, but he's a guy in AAA that he has not gotten a fair share at catcher up here. Symphony said, trade Trout for Alek Manoah and the pitching prospect. There's no way Toronto would give up on that player. Grillmaster is my question. Why bring up Diaz at all? Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand the spot starts by the rookies. I don't understand it unless they're trying to showcase them in possible trades moving forward, but you're only hindering your team. I think you really should keep your 5 starters going, but I think they went with 6 to try to protect guys like Syndergaard coming off injury. It's our offense that consistently got weak links in it. If anything, the depth, we need depth straight up. Agree. Craig says it's why we need to go back to the 5-man rotation. Young arms still need to develop. I agree right there, Craig. Anthony says it's sad to see the shitty part of this team stands out more than the good, and that's the problem. The Mets podcast was like, hey, you know what? You haven't said too many positive things. What are the positives about the Angels? And I stood quiet for the minute. They're all like, hey, did we lose you? I'm like, no, I'm right here. I'm just trying to think of them. It's one of those things where it's hard to be positive when good point. All the glaring problems are right in your face, How's the Stassi extension looking like? I might give away my 2 tickets for Tuesday, 310 Manuel says. You got to try that Sage again. Lewis says we have no freaking offense. The bottom of the lineup can't hit for shit. Agreed. Symphony says we can't. We just need Rendon, Trout, Fletcher, and Wade back in the groove, or Ward back in the groove, and Wade. But yeah, if those guys could get in the groove, something could happen. But when we can't blow and continue to blow games like this. Let's see. Wade sucks, Paul says. When has Wade ever been in a groove? He sucks, Randy says. Apple does suck. And I'm glad we are playing more NL teams next year, Grillmaster says. And here's the thing about next year. Next year is going to be like the NBA. Why do you say that, Todd? Well, because next year we're going to play every team at least one series. So it might not – we're going to play the Cincinnati Reds, but it may be in Great American Ballpark. It may be in Anaheim. So what they're going to do is do away with all these division games. So like this year, the onus is, when we talked in the preseason, was to win your division. Win as many games against your division opponents as you possibly can. And that way, if you have a winning record against Texas, Oakland, Seattle, and maybe break even with Houston, you should reach the postseason because you play them 19 times each. Well, that's going bye-bye next year. Next year, those division games, when you play them in April and everyone says, hey, those games don't matter, man. They do matter because those division games now are going to be few and far between and spread out in a 162-game season. So now all of a sudden you're going to be playing Miami. You're going to be playing Atlanta. You're going to be playing Milwaukee. You're going to be playing, guaranteed, the Padres. You're going to play every freaking team in the league. So next year's season, yes, the games do matter, and they will matter all year long. Apple TV fucking sucks. Apple TV fucking sucks as why would they focus on the visiting team? They always do, Lewis, and that's terrible. Let's see. Team is desperate for a good shortstop and second base. Our 7 through 9 hitters are ranked dead last in production, Jay Bruce 44 says. Good to hear from you, Jay. Commentary on Apple TV has too much filler. Yes, they do. It reminds me of, Roger Lodge will be proud because they do so much goddamn filler on there. It's pathetic. You're absolutely 100% Mateo. Wade, Duffy, Adele, Squiddy, Stassi, and Fletcher can all fucking kick rocks. Anthony Gonzalez says the girl in Apple commentary, her last name is McNutt. Boy, man, she must have been made fun of a lot. Patrick O'Neill isn't any better. You know what, Symphony? I would take Patrick O'Neill over their broadcast any day, though. But you're right, he's not that much better. Grillmaster says, but that chick on Apple TV broadcast goes through Hunter Pence pants at night. Oh, jeez. Here's one thing I'm going to say. It's it's going to make somebody mad, probably. But I'm just going to give you my opinion. Okay, so the on the field reporter, I can't get out of my head. Someone in the chat said she looks like a horse. And I just wanted to make horse noises when she talked. And I muted the TV and I made some horse noises and my dad was laughing. And I don't feel too bad about it. And then he asked me, why did I do that? And I said, she has a horse face. She looks like Sarah Jessica Parker. And then he's like, who's that? I'm like, never mind. And then I said, I just feel that if I was on the field next to her, I'd want to give her some sugar cubes and a carrot. That's all. And I moved on. And my dad, I don't think, got it, but it was pretty funny to me. Let's see. Additionally, we need to fire Reed and hire a new hitting coach. Every hitter swinging for the fences need to just hit the gaps and drive in runs. Yes, Craig, that would be beautiful to see guys running around the bases, doubles, and singles and seeing plays at the plate, but we do not have that. Let's see. Also, Don says call out the two dudes that go down, and we can't fucking win games. Other teams manage to still win, so why can't we? And there's big questions right there. It could be a locker room thing. We need to bring back another catcher. Let's see. Randy says, is it the road analytics that leads to this fucking shit? Bring back Sosha. Jim Hoyt says, oh my God, hate Apple TV. Listen to their talk. It's third grade level commentary. It's shtick. All this money. Why do I think Manfred has something to do with this rotten Apple TV? And hopefully this, again, they're showcasing Apple TV along with Hulu and YouTube because they're all competing to get the baseball contract. At least my Warriors win, Mateos. All right, congratulations. Question, if Velasquez stays on the roster, maybe only bat him in one side. He does hit a 240 from the right side. And that's a great point, Grillmaster. Great point. Two things I haven't said at the same time in a while. But Grillmaster, he does hit a lot better from the right side. He doesn't go for the fences. If you notice, his swing is completely different from the right side. Compared to the left side where it looks like he has a launch angle, on the right side, he's looking more to hit up the middle and pull the ball or hit to the right side. He looks like a much better hitter from the right side. Left side, he is god-awful. Randy says, Mateo, no need to worry. Your Warriors are encrypted to win. I agree. There's even when Boston won Game 3, there's no chance, dude. The Warriors are winning that championship. Come on now. The NBA is so scripted. I agree. Rendon sucks ass. Velasquez sucks ass. Lacara sucks ass. Wade's ass. Todd, the porn star and truck driver on the side. There you go. I wish I had the first one going instead of the second one. Let's play like 1971, Thomas says. Good to hear from you, Thomas. Let's see. James checks in. Paul says Velasquez sucks. Todd's best everywhere. Been everywhere, man. All the I've been everywhere, man. I love that song. See, THP says the knob says, why are they optioning Adele? He's been the best player on the team since he got called up at LMAO. I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to option him right now with all the injuries and all the other guys just not really hitting. Fire the GM, Paul says. I actually think that give him this, we have to judge him on what he does this year because of last year being his first year. And I think next year is the tall tale season to what he does with the crap that he's accumulated now. He's got to retool this lineup again, obviously. No matter what happens, whether they make the postseason or not, he's got to tweak this lineup and put some really good players in it next year, to be honest. Todd is a G. He sacrifices a lot for this page. Thank you, Randy. I really appreciate that. We have a game on ESPN. We don't deserve games on national TV. I'd rather just stay on FS1 Bally's, to be honest with you. Adele got optioned. Let's play like it's 1898. No offense. Let's see. Labrahino 37. Oh, I'm just gonna say No War says, what happened to Thor? He was decent and now he sucks. And you know what sucks? No War is the Mets guys were convinced that he just dipped on the Mets series, like that he was scared of the Mets and he wanted to pitch against the Dodgers. So that sucks. That sucks that they have that mantra as well. Are you going to any games soon? I have to check my work schedule. I was trying to go this weekend versus the Mets, but it's going to look like it's the next homestand. The work schedule is going to ease up on me a little bit to where I can go to more games, because I've gone to 8 already, but I should have been to more. I've been back and forth with work, so I'm going to try to go on the next homestand, not this one. Joe Madden firing had to happen, and I love the results, but results or no results, it had to happen. Dell says he's been optioned. Oh, damn, Marco, that's crazy. I don't see why he's optioned it. I do agree. He's played better defensively. Now, he had that base running blunder, but the hitting's been okay. I'm going to get shit for that. I know that. No move yet, though, Marco says. PCL Angels were here since the 1890s. They sure were. Rally Chris equals Halo Honk Grill Master says, we also can't beat a fucking shift. We can't. We hit into it all the time. Canna is a bitch. Fuck Canna. Canna learns to hit pitchers on the side. After Marsh scored the second home run of the game, let's see, he got the cowboy hat. He didn't even smile because he was frustrated. I agree. Jim Hoyt says Apple TV makes Roger Lodge sound like an Emmy Award winner. We want our Gooby. Yeah, we miss Gooby. Sheesh, I miss Orlando Cabrera. Yeah, I do too. Should have been an interim manager than Nevin. Let's see. Could we get any worse if we didn't even have hitting coaches? Just fire those fucking losers. I agree. I think the hitters could probably figure out their slumps. Well, not really. Don says, I miss Orlando Cabrera, one of my favorites on the Angels team. I know and love and miss him in our early 2000 days. And that was cool, man. At one point, you had Juan Rivera, Vladimir Guerrero, and Orlando Cabrera all playing on the Montreal Expos at the time. And the trades that we got, I think either Stoneman or Regans, our GM at the time, brought those three over. And they did help this team really good for a while. The hitting was good. I mean, those guys put solid at-bats together. Orlando Cabrera was not a flashy dude, but he could hit 15 to 20 home runs, and he drove in about 60 to 80 RBIs. He was a consistent 270 to 290 hitter. Juan Rivera about the same. And we all know what Guerrero did. So, I mean, those were great pickups from a dying team. We need a Latino as a hitting coach and to spice things up. And you could have it right there with Benji Gill. Benji Gill was a nice little hitter, like as far as he didn't put up flashy numbers, but he was a consistent, good pinch hitter and good clubhouse guy. And the guys seem to like him. He wouldn't be my first choice, but he's definitely better than what they have right now. I mean, they need to fire some more heads need to roll. How long until Ohtani leaves? We're 4 games under again, Jack says. I give it to the end of the season. Ohtani's going to make up his decision. He's either going to engage with extension talks with the Angels, or he's going to say, fuck you, and I'm going to play my last season with you guys, and then I'm going to work my way to any other team but this one. And then Trout might just say, hey, you know what? Put me on the trading block because I want out of here. I want to build my legacy. It's been apparent that my legacy can't grow under the Angels organization. And then Artie's going to be like, please don't go. You need to stay on our organization. But even they won't listen to that drunk guy. Randy says Ohtani isn't leaving. Neither is Trout. Angels hold the cards right now on Trout, but he can try to ask for a trade. Tony says, is it just me or Rendon, Stassi not hustle to first? They don't hustle very much. No, they don't. And Stassi is because he's a catcher and it's hard for him to run. If Trout wants to leave, ship him to the Pirates. You want to leave us? Then fuck you. Yeah, that's who we get back from the Pirates. Anthony says maybe the curse is actually on the front of the jerseys, not the names on the back. It could be. My dad seemed to think it was the ancient burial grounds that were built on the Indian grounds for the spring training stuff back in the day. Let's see. Escobar, I think, was 50 doubles a couple seasons ago. Remember, don't call in till told. The City Connect jerseys will be worn tomorrow, guys. Oh, great. Don says, I meant the Mets do have a better offense than us. We don't have a good offense. Oh, my bad, Don. My bad. Jack says, any winning team will pay for Ohtani. Oh, yeah, they will. Because on his marketing alone and what a great guy he is, why wouldn't you want that on your team? Why wouldn't you want that? Remember, the schedule changes next year. That's, we brought that up. Symphony says we got to be realistic. Our starters are injured with Fletcher, Ward, and Trout. That's what is making us lose. Well, we still have potential, yes, but none of them have been on the field all at the same time. I don't like using injuries as excuses. You could still score runs with this team. You can't look at this organization or this franchise right now or this lineup and say, okay, well, if the Pirates can do it with zero names and I think just Hayes, and they're out there scoring runs when they can, why can't we do that? Because they put together game plans. They make adjustments during the game. They work with their hitters to be better. And you know what? They get the most out of the little talent that they have. And we have a lot of talent. We're not getting a fraction of what we're supposed to be getting. Let's see. If we use a guy from AAA like Diaz, only do in double headers or emergency situations, I'm with you on that one. Should have had Lorenzen go and then Sandoval, then Thor. That would have been much better. They don't have even DeGrom or Scherzer. Imagine those guys back-to-back. Those MFers would have shut us out. Yes, they would have. And James gets it right for me. It is Matt Thaiss. Matt Thaiss hasn't gotten a fair shake up here for the Angels. Randy says, with a guy like Stassi on the staff, the fact that we signed Suzuki as a backup shows we don't know shit. When it comes to catching, yes. And you guys nailed it with Thaiss. Let's see. 5 out of 9 guys in your lineup sucks with what do you expect? Mateo says, I was trying to be funny with Let's Go Brandon. Oh, I like it, Mateo. I mean, I told you I like the comment. How much longer before people jump on my get rid of Adele bandwagon? I'm finna be right about him. You know it. I don't want you to be. I don't want you to be about him because I don't believe he's a 4A guy. I really think he could turn it on, but man. Trevor says Adele, Lagares, not even close. Angels better get they wait up if they want to go to the playoffs and be with the elite teams. Otherwise, we ain't going to have any success. Absolutely. Ronan checks in with, if we had Ward, Trout, Ohtani, and 2019 Rendon, we'd be the best team in the league. And that's the problem. And here's my thing, guys. They Perry cut bait with players prior. Like he got rid of Pujols, Upton, he got rid of Madden, and I believe not next season, but the season after, if we still have not seen 2019 Rendon by 2024, I guarantee you, Rendon gets DFA'd or traded. He's gone. I really do. No Lagares lead off, please. Leaf says, I can honestly hear Tree's New York Mets voice when he does laugh out loud Mets videos. Or was it urinating Trees? Don't know why, but I still find that hilarious. Patrick O'Neill and Ken French can... AOC. Let's see. Bro has a horse, a king. No, I don't, Ronan. Let's see which on the field reporter we talking about, Westbrook or the girl? Watley. There you go, Watley. I'm sorry. AOC. With the horse. You're barely catching up. Why the horse face? I don't know. It's just elongated. You know what I mean? Let's see. Can we have Kevin Long from Philly just horsing around, I guess? Yes, I am. Bring back the Jason Castro in the trade. Just heard Adele was optioned. What the fuck? Why would we do that? He's finally playing decently, Jaime says. Yeah, I get that. I don't understand. I'm just catching up on that, too. I was napping. So any deal MLB has with anybody involves Manfred. At first, I was happy when I heard that MLB was going to Apple TV, but now I'm very, very disappointed. Why pitch the rookie tonight versus a high-pressure team and in a season 2 where you're trying to recoup? David says, too many men left on base, too, like always. Those are two glaring issues from tonight. At least last year, the NBA wasn't nearly as scripted. That's true. At least Rendon came back today. Martin Boylan says, good point on the Grill Master. I just thought that it was terrible from both sides of the plate tonight. I can't imagine Rogers shows tomorrow. He's going to be looking for more slump buster crap. Marsh lead off tomorrow now, LOL. Let's see. Cameron Foya says, howdy. Marsh lead off. Looks like Adele is going to be optioned, which is crazy to me. We do play like it's 1898. We play like a bunch of carpenters and plumbers. Let's see. Should have optioned Lagares and said, well, if you were to option him, he'd be free agent because you'd have to DFA him. He has no more options left. Mateo says, I miss Eric Ibar. I do too. He was a hell of a shortstop, and a lot of people forget the things that he did during games and pumping up pitchers when they were struggling. Maybe hire Tim Salmon as your hitting coach. Well, the problem with him and Anderson, they do not want the pressure being coaches. They've made that very clear. Not going to lie, Juan Rivera used to irritate me. I used to like him, though. Where's Vernon Wells when you need him? Jose Guillen benched for the playoffs. Oh, my God, what a mistake. What a mistake. The G-Force days right there, yep. Randy says Truth doesn't have anything to say where he goes. Otani is under contract to 2023. We would get a haul from Pittsburgh because they usually do have a decent farm. They do. A lot of their players wind up with the Yankees. What team would you pick to get Trout's contract? It would be the Yankees. It would be the Phillies. It would be the Mets. It would be teams like that. But, again, you'd have to involve a third, maybe fourth team to switch prospects around to get prospects back to us, to the other team. There'd be a lot of movement. It would be a massive trade. We could trade Trout to the Marlins. They have good prospects, and they do have really good players down there. We need Erstad as our hitting coach. I would take that. Marty says Buttercup. Yeah, in a way we were. Mateo says also Otani wants to stay on the West Coast because it's closer to Japan. So maybe the Giants. Yeah, maybe the Giants. Mike Scioscia, bench coach, and he would never take a lesser role. Absolutely not. Because the Pirates players actually get coached. They do. The Pirates play a lot better than the Angels do as far as listening and getting coached up. Boys should be paid like the Pirates players. They may make a lot more effort. Jack says, did Percival ever manage? He always brought that passion, even giving up those bombs to Jim Thome. Yeah, dude, that Jim Thome was his kryptonite back in the day. Damn, that fool used to rip him. That's a good pull right there, Jack. He has dabbled with it in college and I believe in the Dodgers organization, but he has not made it as far as anywhere AAA or anything else like that. Let's see. Joe is definitely a 4A guy. Guys named Joe suck ass. Stay away from the Joes. Let's see, Rendon shit coming a mile. I've seen that one too. I knew something would happen to keep his bloody vagina off the field. Let's see. Leaf is just face palming. Let's see. Where is Stefanik? That's a guy I'd like to see up here. Let's see. Diaz should have remained in AAA and been brought up in the Seattle series in a doubleheader. I agree there. Dylan Ortega says, just got here. What the fuck happened? Marsh did well, but we couldn't do shit. We left a lot of guys on Dylan again. Got to give Rendon 2019. Got to give it to Rendon 2019. Did everything right. He was the MVP candidate and one of the best postseasons to remember with the Nationals in the World Series. Absolutely. That's why he did get paid. Ronan says, I miss Johnny Giovatella. I miss Howie Kendrick. Let's see. We need CJ Wilson back. I don't know about that one. He is selling cars locally. Let's see. I'm not giving anything to Rendon 2019. It's what you've done for me lately, basically. Trout to the Stankies. Could be. At Fast Times at the Halo, yeah, but that's why he has a contract. I hate it was from that year. But that's what you get it from. From now on, any big contracts are not here or met here with hate from me because it's what you do now, not what you did before. Did they ever say why Guillen was suspended in the playoffs? Yes, Jack, he got into a fight with Mike Scioscia and apparently put hands on him in the locker room, and that was it for him. Let's get to a couple quick. Now, I'm not going to do a Roger Lodge segment tonight, Mateo. I just haven't been in the mood lately because of the Angels' just shitty play, but I promise you by the weekend I will be. But if you guys want to call in, I'll take a couple quick phone calls because believe it or not, I got to leave in about 10 to 15 minutes because of I got to go back to work. Let's see. Trump should buy the Angels. Bring back Gary Matthews Jr. So anyway, call in 714-912-2877 to get some of your frustrations out. And by the way, we're going to get back to also doing Trucker Hat Trivia this Sunday, so be on the lookout for that. Do you guys hear Let's Go Mets chants during the broadcast? Absolutely, dude. This they had the entire arena, almost the stadium. Dude just saw Jim Edmonds made that catch against the Royals 25 years ago. Yeah, can you believe it? 25 years ago on KCAL Channel 9, Jim Edmonds made one of the best and you know what? He made that catch before Rex Hudler was a part of the tandem on the broadcast. That old white guy, forgot his name, the gray-haired guy was with Steve Physiok, and those guys were fawning over that catch that Jim Edmonds made in center field. That was an amazing catch. Bezos should buy the Angels. Anthony Gonzalez says Rendon played it correctly, was good 1 year, got paid the money, and now he sucks the rest of his career. Yeah, you know, you're gonna get when you sign a huge contract like that, it's put up or shut up, and you're gonna get hate. And as much as I like to say, man, you know, it sucks, he gets a lot of hate. It's like, bro, you wanted this. You wanted this. You had the big press conference with Artie Moreno. You had, you know, all the glitz and glamour thrown your way as one of the top third basemen in the league. If you can't stay healthy and you can't hit the broadside of a barn, and this is a very public game, you're gonna take a hit from the local media and from everyone that follows the game. You just are. You're not gonna go out there and be Teflon. So you have a big contract. It's like, what have you done for me lately? And you know, that's the whole thing. If he's here on a 2-year, $7 million contract, you can kind of put up with that and be like, well, you know, we didn't pay too much for him. But when you're Zach Cozart back in the day and you can't stay on the field, yeah, you're going to take some heat. You're Anthony Rendon, you can't stay on the field 3 years into your contract, you're going to take some heat. We did the same thing to Albert Pujols. We didn't care that he was a 2-time World Series champion, you know, Hall of Fame career before he came to the Angels, before he turned 50. But when he came here and he was playing between his 50s and 60s, he literally was hitting into all these double plays, getting hurt all the time, plantar fasciitis, could not run for shit. Yeah, he took a lot of crap, and the honks were just there honking their honks, you know, fighting for him the whole time, turning the fan base against each other. Let's see. Also, Martin Boylan says, any chance Bobby Grich can get a 1-year contract to play second base again? You know, I think he's past his prime. By the way, Martin, if that was you sending me that, because I think that was, I saw the only Boylan you got. I got it in the mail today, the little bib and the nice little note. We really appreciate that. That's freaking awesome. My daughter loved it, so thank you so much. Caring from my Australian friend, caring about baby Olivia last night, and it came in right after the W today, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that gift. She loves it. And also we got a nice gift from Sonia and Randy too. I'll show those on the page tomorrow because I really want to show those during the afternoon. It was pretty cool. James Gonzalez says Sparky Anderson. Let's see. Better catch Jim Edmonds versus the Royals or Trout in Baltimore? I'd have to say Anthony Gonzalez, Jim Edmonds. Because over the shoulder, full extension. I mean, that catch was iconic for Trout, but Jim Edmonds, that catch launched his career. His days were numbered in Anaheim, unfortunately. After that, he was traded for Kent Bottenfield and Adam Kennedy, and then he became the Cardinals' wizard and helped them get to, I think, 2 World Series wins. So still got to give it to Edmonds, but there's been some amazing catches in center field, absolutely. Let's see. We need to Let's Go Brandon T-shirts to cheer on right now, Dan. That would probably take us away from the distraction of watching this team lose on a nightly basis. DFA Velasquez and wake these assholes up. Let's go Brandon DFA Rally Chris. Wow. Bring back Pujols. Glad it got to your way, mate. Thank you so much, Martin, again. Cards got Pujols and Molina closing games. Yeah, that's how good they are right now. They're up like 10 runs twice, and they're able to throw both those guys. James, are the phone lines working? They should be. So if you guys want to call in, it should be going. Let me know if it's not, but it's 714-912-2877. Like I said, I only got a couple more minutes, and then I got a bolt. Any trade ideas for Frankie Montes? Could definitely use another starting pitcher. Problem with that, Nate, the A's will never trade us in division. And if they do, they have to feel that they've raped us with no lube. They could not just give us Frankie Montes at all. A guy like him is going to the East or the National League team. Frankie Montes is not going to be in our division. We've got a better opportunity to go to a team like Miami. If we're going to look for players to help us out, we're going National League, to be honest with you. Tyler Naquin, guys like that, we're going to the Nationals. We're going to other teams like that where you're not going to be able to trade in our division. Trade Suarez for Montas. That would be great, but I don't think it's going to happen. We need merch. I'm on it. Don't tell the tech guys. We lose 9-3 tomorrow. The lineup is straight trash, Greg Norris says. Trade Suarez and Adele for Luis Castillo. I like that move, Mateo. I would take that 100 times out of 100. Luis, well, and then Grillmaster, he has a hard-on for Mike Moustakas. And here's the thing with Mike Moustakas is, say, for instance, you do trade and get Luis Castillo with Mike Moustakas. Mike Moustakas is a proven 25 home run hitter, 75 to 80 RBIs. He does strike out a lot, but he does make good contact as well. The thing is, with him, he'd be more protection for this lineup, and you could slide Rendon down and put Moustakas up. So that would work. And he's a left-handed at bat, and you could fool with the lineup a little bit more. You might even slide him down to 2. Who knows? And then have him in front of Trout and Ohtani. But I do like that move, and it's a good power bat. The Reds are spinning their wheels. They're looking to dump salary. They've said it. Their own owner has said it. So they're going to be trading a bunch of guys, and the Angels do have the pieces to get them. So I would like that move a lot. Luis Castillo is a dominant, tall, strong-looking pitcher. He's an ace in the waiting. He's getting there. And he's pitching good on a bad team again. So I think they're spinning their wheels with him as well. You know, Moustakas is a veteran. Fletcher comes back. You can DFA a couple guys, actually. And you could make your decision or send a couple guys down and say, okay, do we want to hold on to Velasquez and Wade, send them down, keep Duffy up here, keep Moustakas up here, and have Captain Jack up here and use the vets to get through the rest of the season up the middle, and not mess with your Renifos and guys like that, and just use the vets to see what happens towards the end of the season. And then so you'd have Fletcher, Duffy, Jack, and Moustakas up the middle, and you could just rotate guys like that. And I think that would work. I really would think that would work. They would provide you with the pop and the consistency in the lineup, because you could sit there and you could say, oh, Velasquez does a lot of things defensively, but to be honest with you, I'd rather give up a little bit of defense and have Duffy at short, and knowing that Duffy can get a 2-for-4 night, a 3-for-5 night. You can't get that from Squid. You can get a 1-for-22 from Squid, and that's the problem. Let's see, get a few more comments here. Randy says, I want Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber would be good. Malal from also Grillmasters. If you would pick a closer, who would you choose, Josh Hader or Raciel Iglesias? Hader. I love Iglesias, but Hader, you got to look at consistency. I like that with closers. And Josh Hader's just a mean son of a bitch. He's got a mean fastball and a lot of other crazy pitches that he can get you out. There's a reason why Milwaukee holds on to leads and wins a lot of ball games. Bieber is a free agent next year, I believe. Yes, he is, and he has expressed the love of the Angels, growing up being a fan and also being a fan of Mike Trout, and I know he would like to play here in Anaheim. So we'll see what happens there. Dylan says we need to trade for better hitting coaches. Actually, we don't need to trade, Dylan. We need to just find some. There are diamonds in the rough out there that we can easily just pay $100,000, and I know that sounds like a lot of money, but in baseball that's like dollars on the what is it, pennies on a dollar. Throw Wade and in that trade, Marsh, Renifo, and picks for Judge. Oh my God, we should not go. We should not against the Angels, or we should ride against the Angels. My bad. We should have paper bags, one or two. So do a sign and trade right there. In the trade, Wade, Suarez, Renifo, Stefanik, McKinnon, Malali, Castillo, Moustakas. Wow, that is throwing a lot of players away. McKinnon's really good. He's coming through, and he's going to be a guy that we could see in September, especially if this team doesn't do good. Stefanik would definitely be here in September. So, but why they're not up now, I don't know. But I would give them a shot here at some point. But you give away two good hitters like that, you're playing Moustakas for 1 year, and you're holding on Castillo for this year and next year because he only has 1 more year left on his contract. What team would trade us for Renifo? Well, the Dodgers actually wanted him a couple of years ago. And thanks to Slurp King, Artie Moreno, we lost out on him. Nate says they can stop selling helmet nachos temporarily until Sorrento leaves. That would probably get him to leave. And Kurt Suzuki. I mean, look, at this point, I would just drop Kurt Suzuki off at a fire station and see if the firefighters would take him. He's worthless. He's pointless. We don't need him. Besides the weed that he probably smuggles in or the reggae music, he's just not a help to this team. Louis says, what should the Angels do with Canning? See, there's another albatross in this team. What if Canning, because right now I consider him the Heaney 2.0. He's the right-handed version of Heaney. Can't stay healthy, can't be consistent, fragile. But what if, because it's funny, Heaney came in there and he pitched 2 good gems for the Dodgers, and all of a sudden we were like, fuck! We let him go. He's pitching good for somewhere else, and he hasn't shown up since. He has a mystery injury, and he's been out since. He is like the weakest personality ever. And, as far as Griffin Canning, I've wanted him to be so good, but I don't know. I don't know. That is a great question. Do we showcase him again? Do we throw him in the rotation? Or do we say, hey, he's healthy. He's had a good couple stints in rehab? Because I'm telling you right now, he's actually due to start going on some rehab stints here in the next couple weeks. And we could be seeing Griffin Canning sooner than later. So with that being said, as far as the Angels tonight, again, they lose. I did not catch the last 4 innings. I fell asleep. I've had a long week. It's been hot. It's been hard to sleep during the day working graveyard and then coming back and doing games and stuff. So we'll see what happens with the Angels. I don't know if the phones didn't work tonight or what, but they were open. And we'll have to see. We didn't get the big audience because I started late. And it is almost freaking 12 o'clock, and I start at 12:30. So, but yeah, this is it's been a rough patch, man. I can't express to you, the fans, how frustrating it is to be an Angel fan. It's man. Oh, here we go. It's a Halo Hawk line.
I fucking got through.
You're the one.
No, I ain't gonna keep you long, bro. I know you want to get on out of here. I just want to say, I said it in the chat, but I want to really hammer it home.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Phil fucking Nevin, we got to be patient, guys. You're not gonna fucking fire coach mid-season, and then fucking all of a sudden and this ain't the Reds, dude. The Reds are a lot more talented at the bottom of their fucking lineup than the Angels are, and that's just my fucking opinion. Because I swear, you got guys that can't even fucking get on base. At least the Reds can get on fucking base.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna fire your manager mid fucking season and then expect the interim guy to just come in and just be the savior. That doesn't happen. You gotta see this team. They're used to doing the ways of Joe Madden the last 3 years. They gotta learn. They gotta get used to doing the ways of Phil Nevin, and that's gonna take some fucking time. It may take the rest of fucking June for us to fucking figure it out. But to sit here and after fucking 2 games and you got fans, firing Joe Madden was a fucking no, it wasn't. Joe Madden proved year in, year fucking out that he was fucking clueless, that he wasn't the same manager he was 15 fucking years ago, even 5 years ago.
Oh, I agree.
So,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, finish. Honestly.
We just gotta cool it, man. We sat here for fucking 2 months, all of us, or even the last fucking 2 or 3 weeks, all of us, fire Joe. And because we lose one game after fucking winning one after a losing streak, now it's, bring Joe back. Like, good fucking grief, people.
Yeah, I know that's the hard thing when you look at this team. Fisher says, fuck the Mets. Look, I just look at it this way. Everyone's looking at what the Phillies are doing. They won 8 in a row. They fired their coach. But if you look at their hitting and how it was established and how it wasn't their hitting that was causing them to lose, it was starting pitching. It was bullpen blowing games. There was a loss of the team by Joe Girardi. So you had similar things happen, but it was the other way around. So a lot of these teams, when I bring up the Pirates and I bring up other teams that can hit and still score runs and are making us look bad, it's because their hitting is right there. They have hitting coaches, like you said. We don't have the hitting coaches that are competent. And I think that is a glaring issue for this team that, yes, I'm all 100% behind what Perry did to get rid of Madden, but I think he dropped the ball like he did with Suzuki. And you got to get rid of the other pieces of shit that are on this team. I mean, we were calling it out before he got fired. We were like, dude, it's Joe Madden, it's freaking Jeremy Reed, and it's Paul Sereno. Those are the cancers on this team. Get rid of them, and I'm guarantee you things will change. And he got rid of Joe, and some things have changed, but Phil can only do so much. Like you said, he's got to change the culture, and he's still got pieces of shit that are still on there that are doing things that are used to Madden. They're like, well, Madden never told us we were doing anything wrong. You know, he likes the way I eat nachos. He likes the way Jeremy plays Pokemon Go during games. Well, no, that's not how we do shit under Phil, and that's why those guys need to go.
Exactly. You said it, brother, 100%. I mean, you can change the culture as much as you want, but if you still got the same fucking people in the building implementing the same fucking bullshit night in, night out, you're going to keep getting the fucking same results. Now, I'm not saying that Phil Nevin is the future manager of this ball club, but if he is, I guarantee you right now, and I want you all to listen to me because I've been right, and you people just do not – I'm not talking about you, Todd, by the way. I'm talking about the Halo family audience. They always like to think I'm wrong, but I've been right every goddamn fucking step of the way this season. And I'll tell you this. If Phil Nevin is the fucking future of this fucking franchise, those two assholes are fucking done. I can promise you right here tonight, right fucking now, that after this season – actually, it don't matter who the fucking coach is next season. Sereno and Reed are fucking gone. I promise you that. There is no fucking way that we are going to continue playing like this, and then Perry's going to see, well, the common denominator, you know, is also the fucking hitting coaches. I mean, these guys have been a problem for years, and if Perry doesn't see that, I mean, if he doesn't see it now, then I got to question. I got to question him a little bit.
No, I do
because
too.
The hitting on this has not been good for, I would say, the last 5 fucking years.
It's been since they hired Sereno, and then when Reed came on, it got progressively worse. That's just the freaking reality of it. It sure is.
So I think I don't know. I really don't see us firing any more coaches this season. Because if you do that, you're basically just telling the fans, "Hey, the season's done, guys." I mean, if we're firing 2 other more fucking coaches, you're telling the fans it's done.
Yeah.
And you start that in June. I mean, Angel fans don't give a shit most of the time, and they stop caring, you know, after fucking 2 losses in a row. I mean, you fucking start firing coaches and basically tell them the season's done. You might as well just fucking get used to that fucking stadium being full of fucking opposing fans the rest of the season.
And it could wind up that way either way, man, the way they're playing. So we'll just have to see because Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying because, like my dad's a super fan, but, like, even he's like, man, I don't want to be paying money for tickets if they're going to play like this. And he has every right to be like that, you know? It's not it's not a bandwagon. It's just, you know?
See a shitty-ass team. I'd rather sit in the cool air conditioner fucking in my living room and watch this team fucking get their ass kicked to go sit in the fucking Southern California fucking burn my ass for fucking 2 hours.
Exactly.
But that's all I'm going to say. I don't have much to say. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know exactly what the fuck happened. But like I said, Halo fam, give Nevin a chance. It's only fucking been 3 games. Like I said, he's got to implement his ways. It's like when you get a new coach at the beginning of the offseason or whatever. He's got to implement his ways. Guys aren't just going to fucking automatically be like, yeah, we're fucking Nevin guys now. No, you have to practice it. You have to implement it. You have to do it every fucking day. And so it's going to take some time, guys. Just be fucking patient. I know we've been saying be patient, but now you kind of really have to because now we are on we're in a different manager. We have a different guy running the team. You have to be patient now. You're not going to get instant results. If we had a team like the Reds, if we had a hitting coach like the fucking Reds do, then maybe, but we fucking don't. So be patient, guys.
Absolutely.
Be patient.
Good call, Randy.
And with that, I'll let you guys go, and y'all enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, you too, my man. All right, that's Randy right there, checking in from up north. How the hell did the Phillies win so many games in a row after they fired Girardi? Well, Girardi was a problem, and they had the talent already there. They got a better lineup, and they did what's right, and they've been hitting the ball. Martin Boylan also said the Phillies are stacked with hitters. They do. Let's see. Today we met our match today. Phillies won so many games because they they were stacked in 10 under, and they were not in California, but they do have a lot of they did change up the narrative. They changed up the launch angles too. Let's chant Fire Reed and Sereno at the games, Grillmaster says. Exactly. It's like it's just like our government, Dylan says. Oh, Randy, Nancy says. Angry Randy, legend. See, Dylan says, might as well they get rid of the stadium and pack it up right there. And it's very happy if we were to trade players out of Cincinnati, because they do want out of Cincinnati, Grillmaster says. So my last take on the game tonight, again, the Angels were overmatched, did not get any hits going, don't have anything together on the lineup. It's just very inconsistent baseball continues. And, it doesn't matter how good you pitch if you're not hitting. And if you're not hitting, you're not scoring runs, you're not putting pressure on the opponent team, you're not getting, continuity. The starting pitching and the bullpen can only do so much. And then sometimes we're going to get mad at them and say, man, you can't have a shutdown inning. But that's because, they're not getting any help from the offense either. So the Angels are in a bad spot right now. They're in the toughest part of their schedule, which is going to continue through June into July. And hopefully guys can get healthy and we can get a stacked lineup together. But we do not have the coaching right now. The hitting instructors are the worst in all of baseball, and it's going to show. And I hope that there's a move here soon. But I'm hoping Randy's wrong and they could actually have the balls to make another move here, because it's apparent what the problem is. It just needs to get taken care of. We'll start winning after we play the Dodgers, Jimmy says. Oh, boy, that would be great to stick it to the Dodgers. Let's see. We'll win when Sereno's gone. Maybe tomorrow we can win tomorrow and Sunday, Dylan says. Yeah, that'd be nice to take 2 of 3 from the Mets, best team in the East and in the National League. So with that being said, I've got to make a run to work. I really appreciate everyone getting on. Check out our podcast and give us a 5-star rating. It really helps. Check out the Angels website there, Halos in the Infield. And, check our pre-game and post-games like this one. Spread the word. It really helps. The page has been growing. It's just been hard in the losing streak, and hopefully winning baseball can return to SoCal starting tomorrow. So with that being said, everyone on here, have a really good night. Enjoy the rest of what's left of Friday evening, and let's head into the weekend. It feels like a Monday to me. Have a good evening, everybody. Go Angels, and thank